Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye and I looked the other way. What else could I do? I just stared at the doorway and knew I'd rather be drunk with you.
Hey Internet, Dracofunk here. Welcome back to my Reusable Space Program, Season 3, Episode 20. Can't believe we're already to Episode 20. But we are here with Space Truck 2, and Space Truck 2 is on doing its Duna transfer burn. And it's going to bring these docking ports to one of the stations at Duna. I don't even remember which one. I believe it's the Ike station, but I could be wrong. I need to look. I will probably figure that out when this ship gets to Ike. And today we are going to be just kind of doing a lot of maintenance of things that we should have been doing the whole time and are a little bit behind. We're going to get some ships into better parking orbits. I'm recording this early in the morning, which I normally don't do. I'm normally more ahead and on top of things, but I'm not. And because of that, I'm recording this like literally first thing in the morning. I'm sitting here with my coffee. Anyway, Space Truck 2 has its Duna encounter, and I'm getting it to where it's leaving the Kerbal sphere of influence, and now it's in orbit of the Kerbal sun. And I'm just fine-tuning the Duna encounter just a little bit. Alright, set another alarm. Yeah, so there's Space Truck 2. It's on its way to Duna. And now, in orbit of Kerbal, there are many boosters stages that really should have been dealt with beforehand. I think I have like 14 or something like that in orbit. And, oh, my alarm's going off. It's time to wake up. That's how early this is. Anyway, I need to get these on the ground. So this is the first one. Deorbiting, and yep, I did not do this at the right time, and it's running out of electricity. And I can't deploy the parachutes. So I have lost this booster. There's nothing I can do anymore. On a report, parachutes failed to deploy due to lack of electricity. Booster lost. Let's do this 6 more times. Alright. So all 6 of these boosters, they're pretty much the same. Let's see, the one in the bottom right is already coming into the atmosphere. Here we go. I'm spinning them around to keep them from overheating. Some of these had more fuel than others, so they were able to slow down a little better. Some of these experienced little to no reheating. Let's see, we got one down successfully. Alright. All but one has parachutes deployed. Let's see, 2 are on the ground, 3 are on the ground, 4. There, we got 5 on the ground, and then we have 1. As you can see, okay, there we go. It is. So, some of these had some fuel in it. This one, we're just using RCS. And at this point, I was just using RCS almost the entire time down. And that's to slow it down as much as possible, as well as make it as light as possible. And I'm hoping to mostly save this booster. Alright, just try and keep it from overheating. We got it on its way down. It's gonna land in the water. There we go. Shoots. And yeah, and it broke. Well, still most of it's fine. Well, that's about half the boosters. Let's do the other half. So the next set is mostly different types of boosters, some of which I'm going to have to help. So if you look at the bottom right, I'm actually launching a deorbiter. But the other boosters these are a little bit larger. And these brought up parts of the space truck stop. And they're doing pretty similar to the other boosters. Trying to do a little bit of a atmospheric burn to slow them down and reduce the re-entry heat, at least as much as I can. Alright, we got good shoots on 2, 3, let's see, going down 4, and 5. Oh, one's down, it's knocked over, but all good. Oh, one's down and not quite so good. 2, not quite so good. Okay. Alright. All the other boosters are down now. The other one, the deorbiter, its booster is on a suborbital trajectory and will take care of itself. Now the deorbiter is going, because the booster it's going to rendezvous with needs either parachutes or a control section, I don't remember which. Or both, honestly. So this is a little automated spacecraft that just can fly up and rendezvous with the booster. I've actually used it a couple times for a couple different craft. It also helped Space Truck 8 land. Here, I believe this was one of the... I believe this was the booster that brought the core up. right. And it needed a control. Yeah, it needed just some control to land. There we go. And I'll do the same thing. It's got some entry heating and burn the slow down. I thought I took in the solar panels. I didn't, so the solar panels broke off. And I meant to keep it together, but when I deployed the chute, I forgot. But the side strap-on boosters also had parachutes, and they end up, something fell. I don't remember what it was. I think that was the fin that broke off. But the booster comes down and it falls over, but the parachutes help make it a soft landing. And now it is down. Alright, so that is all the spent booster stages I had in orbit. But now I have these two ships I did for the assignment outer space. And this is T-88. I think that's what it's called. And it's in a really, really eccentric orbit. So I'm actually going to raise its periapsis. I'm going to put it in a 1,000-kilometer parking orbit. And it has a lot of delta V, but it's very, very, very little thrust. Both of these ships have insane amount of burn times. I've actually sped this footage up. Normally I do like 4 times. This is like 8 times. And it's still taking forever. So that is... I thought about sending this ship to like Dres or something. And I still might, but man, does it... Like, we're talking 10-minute burn times. And I designed it this way mainly to recreate the looks from the movie Assignment Outer Space. I'm trying to remember how to lock the stages because I don't want to accidentally deploy the fairing there. I briefly looked at sending this to Dres, and then I decided, no, I'm just going to put it in a parking orbit. And just doing another burn. I actually brought this burnout in, did this burnout in 2 parts. This one wasn't too bad. It is like a 4 or 5 minute burn. I wish I would have been paying more attention because the orbits are a little bit more... they're not on the right plane alignment as I'd like. And I didn't really realize that until after I'd filmed this episode. But there it is, T-88, Yeah. Now, the other ship from Assignment Outer Space. This was actually the main... That's actually the main ship for Assignment Outer Space. Bravo Zulu? Here we go. I am just getting a maneuver node so I can do this all at once. It's going to take 1100 Delta V to get it into the orbit I want. And this is like a 10-minute burn. And again, this footage just sped up like 8 times. So I set it to burn, and just set an alarm, and it's burning. And I know this isn't really exciting content, but hey, this will give me a chance to talk. Because I mentioned in my Big Rover video that I will land a rover train on the Mun and drive it from the equator to the North Pole of the Mun if we can reach 200 subscribers by the end of 2024. And at the time we were at 148, and now we're at 176. So that's going to be coming up. Thanks for watching.